We've got ourselves a cyber war, ladies and gentlemen. Hey everybody, Templar74 here with another Yu-Gi-Oh video, and today's Yu-Gi-Oh video is going to be my thoughts and impressions regarding the latest episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! VRAINS, episode 16, and I'll be honest with you guys, there were a lot of strange twists in this episode that really made it enjoyable. There were also some components I was really excited to see as a hardcore Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan since the original generation. But anyway, with those points aside, let's go ahead and talk about this week's episode. The episode starts off with a quick Playmaker versus Ghost Girl recap, the duel from the previous episode, and Playmaker receiving the backdoor to Solid Technology. And then we transition to Kusanagi and Yusak. They're going over the data from Ghost Girl. And Kusanagi tells Playmaker, go on to school and he'll have everything ready to go by that night, because they're like, should we really go? Should we really do this? And yes, Kusanagi says, yes, I will have everything ready for you. We're going to go in. We're going to do this after school. So Playmaker goes on his way as Yusak, and Yusak is going through school that day. And we actually see, very interesting, this was something I was not expecting to see. His first concern is Aoi. You know, he's been wandering around the school trying to find her. He's been asking around. Nobody's seen Aoi since what happened. And, you know, it's basically saying to him that I'm worried as a duelist that she's not here. But Ignis is saying, well, you're really worrying about that, cutie? Now, wait a minute. And that's when Playmaker tries to assure him, or Yusak tries to assure him, no, it's not that. It's just, as a duelist, she should have been back. I don't believe that. I really do think Yusak does about Aoi. And speaking of Aoi, we find out that her brothers pretty much put her on house arrest. Like, you are not going anywhere. And, after being shoved back into her room by her robot, Aoi is curious about what's going on, and so she is actually going and spying on her brother, and we actually see Zaizen and Ghost Girl, and they're talking about the duel with Playmaker, and Zaizen is basically saying, you gave Playmaker the back door to Solid Technology's data bank? How could you do that? And Ghost Girl says, well, you want to find out about the incident 10 years ago, don't you? Well, so do I. And sending in Playmaker, you know, we can use him as a distraction so that we can go in and figure out what's going on ourselves. And it's a plan that Zaizen goes along with, and that plan is agreed to. But Ghost Girl actually looks over to this butterfly thing that's out in VRAINS, and she actually looks at it and says, I know you're listening, Blue Angel. And Aoi's like, wait, what? You noticed me. And that's when Ghost Girl says, we're going to give you a chance at redemption. And we don't really know what that means, just like, do you want a chance at redemption? And then we transition back to Kusanagi and Playmaker at this point, because now Playmaker has gone in, he's in Solid Technology's data frame, and he's actually wearing this device called a tracker, and it actually emits this tail, and this tail actually prevents Playmaker's presence from being detected. So Playmaker is swimming through this data bank, he's going through, and we actually see these red shards. And if these red shards come in contact with Playmaker, he's dead. He's deleted. That's it. So we're actually seeing Playmaker go through here. And as these red shards are showing up, Playmaker actually has these Karibo decoys that he can deploy. And it actually destroys them on contact. Very glad to see that, by the way. In fact, I think with the exception of Arc 5 and maybe 5Ds, not so much. But anyway, that point aside, in just about every Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, like I said, with the exception of Arc 5 and maybe 5Ds, we've seen a Karibo reference somewhere in the anime. We did not see that in Arc 5, so I was really happy to see this in VRAINS. I'm glad it's a tradition that they're sticking back to. And we actually see that Solid Technology has been working on AI duelists. And it's very interesting because while these prototypes are being tested, Playmaker's shard is actually cut. His tail is cut by that shard, as I was talking about earlier. So Playmaker, they know he's there. And so these AI duelists are sent back to duel Playmaker. Only problem is it's 2 versus 1. Solid Technology is like, no, you're in our world now. We're going to play by our rules. We're going to play dirty. And we actually see one of these AI duelists going for Playmaker's dual disc. And actually, Solid Technology was hesitant to follow that order to say, hey, steal his dual disc. And so who comes to the rescue of Playmaker? It's none other than Blue Angel. And she actually swats that one AI duelist away and said, no, if anybody's going to defeat Playmaker, it's me. And she's going to step in and help Playmaker take on these duels. So we're actually going to see a duel with Playmaker, Blue Angel, and these two AI duelists together. And so that's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. And I was very, very, very curious about this too as well. When these AI duelists first show up, we see Playmaker going one way and they actually split up. Playmaker actually intended to do that to split them up because he says a duel should be one-on-one. It needs to be fair and it needs to be honorable. And this AI just is like, I don't care. And he actually uses a very interesting combination of cards which wipes out Playmaker's hand as soon as he gets it. So Playmaker's in a pinch, and none other than Blue Angel comes to his rescue, and that's where the episode ends off. So anyway, everybody, like I said before, this episode was really random, really out there, but everything played together, and it was just like, didn't see that coming, didn't see that coming, didn't see that coming, and I'm really, really liking this format, in my opinion anyway. But, as always, in the comments section down below, let me know what you guys thought of this week's episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was just kind of eh? What are your thoughts on the next episodes? What are your thoughts on Playmaker and Aoi? What are your thoughts on Blue Angel coming to Playmaker's aid? Just let me know about all this stuff in the comments section down below, because as always, I enjoy hearing from you. Alright, everybody, as always. Oh, wait. I'm sorry, everybody. Before I sign off, I forgot to say this. This episode is a really great episode, like I said before, and I'm giving this episode an 8 out of 10. So, anyway, now with that point out of the way, an 8 out of 10 episode, great episode of VRAINS. Like I said, let me know in the comments section down below what you guys thought. And as always, everybody, Templar74 signing off. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll talk to you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.